Hello, loves. It's Sonia G, and it's the MoonBabes Thursday night live. As long as we have a weekly live, I feel good about it. I feel good about it. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna pin a comment. We're gonna talk about the energy, and we're gonna talk about all of these things that we're feeling right now. And we're also gonna meditate together because I feel like it's needed. We're just gonna get a little grounding in. So, if you can, go to a place where you can take a moment for you. Hi, loves. Hi, Kira. Hi, Judy. Hi, guys. I see you joining. Hi. Hi, Joy. Yay. Okay. I'm going to get lighter. I'm missing some words. 1 second. Okay. So, let's just have a moment. Let's actually inaugurate this. Let's have some space holding for us. You can light it up with me and just set an intention with me right now. Set an intention. You can share it with the group. This is what I do every time I teach. If there is something that you want to shift, if there is something that maybe you want to feel at the end of our live, look how bright that fire's burning. Set that intention now. Let's shift it together. Let's shift it through this live. Let's work with the energy. The candle will hold space for us. So we're on. And we're going to talk about this influx of energy that has come in, and it's causing us this wavy motion and these highs and downs. And it kind of feels like the energy feels like it's, I want to say, bipolar energy. Like it's just because it's kind of, it's really high frequency. And when we don't integrate it, it feels, I don't want to say disruptive, but it feels like kind of chaotic. But chaos is the beginning of something, right? So chaos is where you have like all of the raw energy. And a lot of people are in this state right now. And so it's like when you're starting over and you're creating and everything is kind of like, what am I going to make with this? Right? So there's all sorts of feelings going on. Mostly it's a feeling of being ungrounded and not having things figured out. So let's take a moment and breathe. Okay? If you're sitting down and if you can do this, rub your palms together. Just feel into your body. This helps us to get into the body, activate our senses. Okay? Take a moment, put your hands on your heart. Close your eyes if you can. Inhale. Hold this breath. Fill it all the way up to the top of your lungs. Exhale. Inhale again. Hold the breath up at the top. Squeeze your energy up from the bottom of your spine. Wakey to the Kundalini flow of energy through your spine. Squeeze it all the way up to the top of your head. Feel it like shooting up from the top of your head. And then exhale. And then inhale. Hold the breath. Turn your eyes in and up to that space between your eyebrows, which is your third eye. Activate your third eye, squeeze your energy up, let the cosmic energy hear you. You are connecting, and then exhale. And then inhale into your heart. Really tapping into your heartbeat, tapping into your love, tapping into you being alive, your energy. And then exhale, push your energy and your awareness down to the earth. Connect with Mother Earth. Take a moment here to just feel what works for you to connect to in Mother Earth. Everyone is recalibrating right now. So feel if it works for you to connect to the crystal kingdom, to the heartbeat of Mother Earth, maybe to the fairies and the devas. Maybe you're connecting to a new part of Mother Earth realm. Okay, so connect down. Maybe it's the elemental kingdom. Maybe you're connecting to the elements. So see how you can land. See how you can ground down and land, okay? And then feel that support, feel the love, and then breathe it up. All the way up into your heart, heart to heart, higher energy to higher energy. And then exhale and send your energy upwards into your higher self, into the heavens, into the cosmos. And then inhale again. And exhale and activate your chakra pillar. Activate your channel of light. Exhale the energy up, connecting to your higher self, to your higher energy, to your ability to receive divine downloads, all the good information that needs to come from above. And connect to your heart, really. This is where it comes in. And then inhale all the love in, all the light into your heart. And then exhale. And then one more inhale into your heart. And exhale. And here you are, open your eyes. I hope that was helpful to find your connection. If you didn't get to tune in from the beginning, go back once the replay is up. But we're here to find our new grounding. This is the big thing that's happening with the energy. So sometimes you connect to new places that you didn't connect to before, and you just kind of have to like explore the lines of your own energy field. So the grid that's on top of the earth, okay? So the energy grid, the light workers grid. All of you guys that are on here should know what this is, because this is the people. You guys are my people, okay? So there is a grid of energy that's kind of like, this is a way I can explain it. Thank you, angels. You know how trees breathe through their roots and they connect and exchange information through their roots? Like they're all connected. And if one tree needs something over here, this tree will send it. Whichever tree is closest, they will send it through the roots and they will heal whichever tree needs help. Okay, that's like, you could Google that. That's really how it works. So we have our own net. We have our own light net. We call it the light grid. Okay. And this is where we connect as light workers. So your light connects to the light on top of the planet. This is where we exchange information. This is where you can like plug in and find out what's going on planet Earth. And you can send out what needs to be sent out as we build the new Earth system. So this grid has been grounding in. This is what light workers do. The people that say, I am a grid worker, or I am a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is a little bit different, but grid workers specifically. Okay, so what we do is we pull down these sequences of light that come in like light codes, and then you have to hold them like a transducer, and then you insert them into the planet, like you allow them to ground. Okay, so if you find yourself doing weird things and you haven't quite figured it out what it's about, maybe this is happening to you. Okay, so listen and see if this is kind of like, oh my gosh, why is this stuff going through me? You become a transducer of light, okay? And then you ground these things onto the grid. If you don't ground them onto the grid, if your feet are not feeling like you are locking in, it's like suction cups, like that. And if you're not grounding into the heart of the earth, if you're not like connecting in somewhere in the realm of earth, okay, then all of this light doesn't have a place to ground, and it will drive you crazy. And it will just be inside of your body, and you will feel like shaky. Sometimes you feel euphoric. Sometimes you feel like super low. Sometimes you feel like you had coffee, but you didn't have coffee. Sometimes you have the jitters. Sometimes you have all these ascension symptoms. A lot of people get fibromyalgia because it gets stuck in like your skin, in your, just in your body, okay, in your muscles. So, or fibromyalgia-like symptoms anyways, like where you just get achy. Your body is achy, okay? So that explains why I left all these crystals with a tree. Oh, you're connected to the trees. You're helping the trees. See, that makes sense. I'm so glad. Answers are coming. Okay, so what we're doing is we are... we downloaded, there's a lot of light workers that are doing this work, right? And we're transducing the frequencies, and we are bringing them to the grid on the earth. And then we also have these moments in time, like the gateways that happen, where the energy just lands, okay? And last year, so we have like cosmic gateways, like the Lion's Gate, which is like in August, on the 8th of August every year. We have like, last year we had the 10-10, 11-11, and 12-12 in a row that like completely changed the completely changed the feeling of our planet and the structure of our planet. And then we had the solar eclipse on Christmas Day, and then the Pluto-Saturn conjunction in January. This sequence of events literally transformed the energy field of our planet. Period. The end. Like, we have entered a new era. And a lot of us were surprised when it happened, because before 2019, we were working with fifth dimensional energy. Okay. And a lot of you have read my recent posts where I made fun of the D's. Not really fun, but I explained them with, like, very simple words. But it was funny, and I hope it like rendered the concept. That was the whole point, to simplify it. But fifth dimensional frequencies is where it's the one feeling, like, where it's just everything is love and light. Okay, it's that feeling where you love everyone, you get it, you're connected, you're becoming empathic, you feel people feel you, you think of someone, they call you, you want something to happen, it does, you're starting to manifest. That's fifth dimension. Okay, fifth dimensional energy. So it became grounded and real, and fifth dimensional energy was on. Everybody was like able to live in and out of it. A lot of people were mostly in it by the end of last year, which was really cool. Just in a state of flow, that state of flow where you think of something and it happens, and you're in joy and you're vibing, right? Things are good. So then seventh dimensional frequencies started coming in. Those come from Sirius. And then so we started opening a lot of gates. Okay, this is where the gatekeeping comes in and everything, and the energy comes in. So we started bringing in seventh, and then also it started happening with ninth dimensional. And I think this was like by summer. Time is like a little loopy, but I'm trying to keep my linear time straight. So ninth dimensional, which was sound. Okay, sound, sacred geometry, and throat activations. Remember, towards the end of last year, everyone was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to my throat? Okay, that was like 9D. 9D got our throat. That was like, you have to stay in your truth. Like, all of this light was activating us this way. So then on 11/11, I think it was 10/10 or 11/11, one of those two gateways. I want to say it was 11/11 because we did so much work with the 10/10 gateway that on 11/11 we had 12th dimensional frequencies land on planet Earth. And we were like, whoa, these are the frequencies where we go. Those of you that have astral traveled with me, if you have astral projected, maybe you've done it with someone else. Maybe you've done like a ceremony where you've done, some kind of projection in the astral plane, or just taken astral trips. When you go to those places, and hopefully you were guided through it. So when you go to those places, like the great central sun, okay, when you go through the energy realms, the fields of energy, and then you go to where we call 12th dimension, you feel like you're disintegrating. You feel like you become one, and like literally your physical body. So when you project yourself, you're aware of being here, but then you're also there, okay? And you connect to a part of yourself that is there. And so you are aware in both places, and you feel your physical body like disintegrating, like just disappearing. And you get, a lot of times, like, you have physical symptoms, like you get cold, or you get, like chills or things like that. But mostly it's like a disintegrating feeling. And then you feel like you're one. You feel like you blend in with everything that is. It's a very trippy feeling. And so we would have it whenever those of you that have done the Sacred Chakras Journey course with me, we go there a lot. Or if you are in other of my courses where we do astral travel, we go there, okay? It's a good place. And when we go there, generally, here's the kicker. We've only ever gone and astral journeyed to where I think the maximum has been like a 2-hour window, right? Where we go. We stay in that state for a certain period of time, and then we come back down, and we sync up, we download, we clear, we do the work, we do blood blanket, we do all sorts of things up there, which makes it happen really fast, and it's a lot easier to integrate. But when we come back down, it's easy to lose track of time. It feels like we've been up there for 20 minutes and it was, an hour or an hour and a half or sometimes 2. So anyways, but I don't think we've ever gone over that. And it's, it does take work to get yourself to that point. So in the state of being there, of being in 12th dimensional energy, we probably stayed like 45 minutes, I would say. The point of this conversation is the fact that now we get that available every single day, and it's buzzing us, and it's at our feet. Okay, so we have it from our higher self, but we also have it at our feet. And so we are not used to, if you have done the work, if you've done like ayahuasca, if you've done hallucinogens, if you've done like some kind of medicine ceremony, if you've done things that like get you out of your body, or if you have lucid dreams, or if you have, or if you've done astral trips with me or whatever, you have experienced that. So you have a frame point, right? Like a reference. You kind of know how that goes. You know how that feels. You know how to navigate it, okay? If you haven't, it's harder to be on planet Earth right now because you haven't practiced. Does that make sense? So if you've never done it before, it's a little bit different. If you have done it before, it's like tapping into that state, but all the time. And so it's hard to do while we're still in a position to be living a reality that's somewhat concrete, right? Because we're in a physical body living in a dimension that is infinite. So it's a little tricky, and it takes recalibration. So we're figuring it out. This is where we birth the light body through. Okay, so the point is, have patience, because this is a new process. Nobody was expecting that 12D was here to stay. When it hit the grid, I thought it was just going to be through like a gateway, and a lot of other light workers and way showers and gatekeepers felt the same way. We thought it was just going to be maybe through the eclipse at Christmas, so it was going to be like a window. But what we did is we passed the threshold, and so it stayed. And so we have to be willing and able to adjust to it and to do the work, which means you have to be able to trust your intuition. You have to be able to, like in Abraham Hicks' words, she would say, soothe yourself. Well, Esther would say, right, when Abraham speaks, she would say, you have to figure out how to soothe yourself, like how to take care of yourself through this process, which, meditating is essential, is absolutely essential. Because it puts like the neutral into what's going on. So when you learn how to meditate, which is a necessity now to not lose your mind, it actually takes you to a place where you're connected to your higher state of being. If you've never done it before, give it a shot. There's no reason why not to do it anymore. I know everybody has 5 to 10 minutes every day that you could like drop something off of your list and do this for mental health, for physical health, for just overall life itself, right? It's almost like self-preservation at this point. You have to meditate. So it's because you have to get to know you. Because if you don't know you, and if you don't know your higher self, and if you don't get to know your energy field, then you're having a really hard time going about daily life because you don't understand what's happening to your energy field. You don't understand if there are energy pushing on your aura. You don't understand if you need to like expand your aura and like hold together that way, or you don't understand if you need to protect your aura, because there's different ways in different moments in time. So energy is real. And if you're a light worker, you get affected. If you're an empath, you get affected. If you're a starseed, you get affected, right? If you're sensitive in general, if you're on this channel, chances are that you do get affected because, we're the people that came here with a plan for New Earth. And so it's not by accident that we're here doing this work. And what else do I want to tell you? Do you guys have questions about what's going on? I had some questions that came on my feed today, and I can't remember. A lot of people were just saying, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. I feel lost. I feel like that was kind of the general feeling. And some people feel super euphoric, and then it feels like slammed. So it's about holding the frequency. Everything is about holding the frequency. And so get to know yourself. Okay, get to know yourself and get to know where you feel good in terms of energy, the things that make you feel good to eat, the things that make you feel good to do, the movements that make you feel good, right? Trust your instincts. Hugging a tree, planting your feet in the sand or in the snow, right? Or whatever it is that works for you. Having time to meditate, staring at a candle, right? If you have never meditated before, this is like a great way to do it. You can start with like open eyes, just staring at the flickering flame and just breathing, and allow your thoughts to just flow. And then you get deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's about figuring out how to get connected and to get our own information right now. Because there's a lot of like frequency breaches that happen. A lot of times we get tested. A lot of times we get like negative waves of energy that come through. A lot of time we get like super impulsive waves of energy. Like a lot of, it's like sometimes if you feel like this around you, you're like, why do I feel this pulsating? You know, sometimes you're being impulsed by star beings or by angels. Like there's literally beings that are trying to get, you know, your attention, trying to send you information. And you also need to understand how to communicate with them in a way that is safe for you. So make sure you know who you're always ask them. Ask them because they have to answer. So start looking at, you know, universal laws. Anytime, I say this all the time because it's the easiest thing. Whenever you ask an entity, someone that shows up in light, in energy around you, ask them 3 times if they're of the highest truth and light. And at the 3rd time, they have to answer honestly. And then you can ask anybody that says no to leave, because that's universal law, okay? So when you're getting impulse, when you're getting these kinds of things, or when you feel like downloads coming in, make sure you're getting them from the right source. A lot of people right now feel like it's so cool to channel, and then they just get like entities coming in and they don't know who they are, but they just, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, it's not my words, you know, oh, this was like totally inspired. Be careful, because this is energy going through you. You are in charge of your energy. You want to keep it flowing positively. You want to keep it for you. You want to keep it between you and your higher self. You don't want to like let your energy be all the way out here to like all these entities and all these people and all these beings, because then you don't know what's going to come back when you like come back to you. You're an infinite being of light inside of a physical body, which means the part that you see in this reality is your physical body, but you're so much bigger, right? So there's many things that happen all the way around us all the time. And now it's time to start being aware of them. So make sure that you clear your space. If you feel fuzzy, if you feel foggy, if you feel overwhelmed, clear your space, okay? Get your Palo Santo, get your candles, get your like lavender is really good to burn with sage if you have sage, because sage by itself actually creates a vacuum. So you want to fill it with something that holds light in it, like lavender or wildflowers that you fill, and trust your intuition on these things, right? A lot of times we just don't pay attention, or we're just not used to paying attention. So I mean, I wouldn't do the things that I do if it wasn't because of my intuition. And I am a big teacher of these things. So what else can I tell you guys? So if you have done all of this work, okay, on the advanced side of things, a lot of people are now integrating, working with different councils of light. You're working with your higher self in a multidimensional way. I'm going to say that from 2020, we started the age of multidimensional living on that 12D level, right? That is where you get to work with you, and you get to trust yourself. You get to get comfortable with yourself in a whole other way, because you get to know all these other levels of you. And because time is so fluid in 12D, all of a sudden, everyone is dealing with bloodlines. Everyone is dealing with past lives. Everyone is dealing with traumas and things and wounds that have come down through the blood, through the generations. And sometimes there are things that, you know, maybe like you have to have outside of earth help to deal with when it comes to like these things that have to do with, you know, your bloodlines, literally your family lines and your ancestral lines. So there's a lot of things that are coming up, and it's really about tapping into the higher consciousness on how to resolve them. And sometimes it feels like you're losing your mind. You're not losing your mind, okay? So if you're there, if you're at that edge, and if you're working with your guides, with your angels, with the star beings, maybe with yourself in another dimensional field, this is okay. This is good. This is normal at this point. We get to redefine what's normal, okay? So I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's just not normal. Yeah, that word is like so far out now. Nothing is normal. What was ever normal? It's just everyone is so, like every process is so unique, and we are creating new higher standards, new higher ways. This is how we create new earth. We're not going for normal. We're not going for the people that blend in. We're not going for any of that. We came here to revolutionize the planet and build new earth. So this is the time where we come to life. We come to life from the inside out. So we have to shed some layers, and we have to like recalibrate. So you have to learn how to reconnect with the new frequency on the planet. It's like a big jolt. It's like we just switched from, if you were a hairdryer and you plugged into 120 voltage, like we do in the United States, it's like all of a sudden you're plugging into 220 voltage in Europe, and you're like, what? Right? It's kind of like that. And so don't burn out, which means don't go into overdrive, right? You have to learn how to flow that energy. Flow that energy, move your body, do the healings that you need to, right? Do the sound healing, do the yoga, do the meditation, do all of the things that you feel drawn to, that you feel inspired to. There's so many ways now to really, get moving through things that get stuck inside of our body. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I'm gonna have a sip of my water. By the way, I will be announcing a giveaway tomorrow, and it has to do with these guys, so I'm really excited for it. It will be fun. We're doing a Valentine's giveaway tomorrow. And what else do I want to tell you? I reopened registration for the Sacred Chakras journey because so many people are having a hard time recalibrating to what's going on. And you just have to get to know your team, your multidimensional team, your family of light. Get to know how to use your intuition. Get to understand what downloads are coming in. And it's like, that's like 101 now. What was, what I used to refer to as my advanced course, literally between 2019 and 2020 became like 101 in a sense. I mean, we still do really advanced things in there, like astral projection, understanding certain things that are really important, and getting into the dynamics of how beliefs work and how your right and your left brain work, and, different things. We visit different planets. It's a lot of fun. We meet councils. So it's a great understanding of things. I almost feel like now this is like everybody needs to know these things, and to understand how you flow through your chakras, and how your chakras are now a chakra pillar, and it's done. The colors are done. There's no more different sections of chakras. It's done. It's now a chakra pillar, and you are running on new light. You're running on new framework. So it's very important to understand these things, because otherwise you're like, you feel so disconnected from your body. You feel disconnected from your life. You don't understand what's going on. This is why a lot of people are getting depressed, and so many people get suicidal, because they don't understand what's going on inside, right? So, and then their mind. A lot of this is like mental stuff. So I reopened the Sacred Chakras journey. I'm probably going to do some kind of a special, so look for an email from me. Yeah, mostly just because this stuff is becoming so important. Right now, the energy is building all the way to the gateway on 2/22. And on 2/22, that will be the day that I will be announcing a new course, which will be the course that's needed for the next phase, right? For that next time, for this multi-dimensional access time. Because the rules just kind of change, but you need to understand kind of what you're dealing with. So I have lots of ways of supporting for anybody that feels like they need support. If you're not on my email list, you can go and get on it on my website. It's in the pinned comment. It's moonbabetribe.com. That's www. And then the word moon, and then babe tribe.com, and you can get on the email list, so then I'll send you an update. I don't email a lot, so don't worry about that. I only email when I'm inspired to. So yeah, and then what else do I want to tell you? Yeah, I will probably be doing some kind of meditation soon that will be something where everyone can join. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the 22nd. The 22nd is going to be like a huge blast of energy. So we'll figure that out. I will announce it. My reminders are coming in, my affirmations. It's like, what are you grateful for today? And, I am worthy of divine transformation and healing. I have all sorts of reminders. If you don't have cool stuff programmed in your phone, take a moment and do it now after this video, because it's so good to just keep messaging yourself with positive stuff. All right, so go and check out the course that I'm talking about. Is called the Sacred Chakras Journey. Okay, when you go to my homepage, you scroll down and you find it. There's lots of other things too. There's crash courses on what's happening. There's magical courses. There's all sorts of things that you can find to figure out what is happening and to have support, to have a container, to have structure to the new energies that are coming in. And only you know what you need. Because the thing is, if you're not going to have like a container, like somebody walk you, like a mentor, right? Somebody taking you through this, then you're just gonna have to learn how to figure it out on your own and spend a lot of time with yourself. So make a commitment to do that. It's not, like I'm saying, hey, you're not gonna do, you're not gonna know how to do this ascension thing unless you take a course. That's not it. It's just, you're gonna have to spend time with yourself to figure it out, and it becomes easier when other people have gone through it and they can take you through it. It's basically what I put in my courses are the things that I wish I knew when I was going through these experiences, and I only launch new things when I'm complete going through a cycle. So if I've completed going through different cycles, I get taught by my guides and angels team. And so when I've completed working with the Syrian Council on a series of things, and I'm now working with the Andromedan Council, for those of you that speak this language. And so everything about the Sacred Chakras Journey has to do with the Syrian Council. We do a lot of work with Sirius. There's a lot of astral projection to Sirius. There's a lot of travel. We explain all the dimensions. We explain how to go to your Akashic records. I walk you through how to connect to your angels, how to decode these downloads and the messages that are coming in. And so that was one chapter. And then in this past year, everything that I've been learning through everything else is going into this next course. So just see where you're at, and yeah, let's learn how to live multidimensionally together, loves. So I love you guys. I didn't see if there were questions coming through because I'm wearing a white shirt and then I get blinded. But we've been chatting for a while, so I hope this was helpful. If you didn't go and if you didn't join at the very beginning and do the meditation that we did at the beginning, go back, watch a replay. We did a short meditation that is so good to ground. Okay, question. My sister's life is challenging for her right now. I feel like she's in turmoil. Does that mean that I'm in turmoil? Is she my mirror? So it doesn't necessarily, everyone is a mirror of something, but it doesn't have to, nobody's a mirror of everything, right? So don't pick up her stuff. If she's in turmoil, that does not mean that you're in turmoil. You have to decide where you're at for yourself. This is very important. Like if someone's having a bad day, you don't want to be having a bad day just because that person is your mirror, right? You want to be the higher, better mirror all the time. You want to just, get it to that next level. So there's a lot of notions that tend to be confusing right now like that, which is why it's so important that you get to know you. You are your own best friend. You're your own home base. Start to trust your intuition if you haven't, right? Like it's so good. I can't even explain it to you guys. Like when things like this happen, and I know that sometimes if I'm frantic in the middle of the day or things happen because the energy, and things happen because life is life, life on planet Earth. But the fact that I know that I can come home and I can always come back to me. I know I can rely on my understanding, my intuition, my guides. I know who they are, so I can get my answers. So at the end of the day, having that is like more worth anything else. That's alignment, right? That's what you want. You want to have a knowingness. You want to have an understanding of who you are, of where you stand, understand how to come back to yourself, how to trust yourself to know these things. Okay, that's like number one. That is like the wealth of this new century or new earth, I should say, because at the end of the day, it's amazing to experience beautiful things. And I am one that, for one, I love experiencing beautiful things. I love money. I love creating experiences. I love offering amazing things. I love experiencing fabulous things in life. I'm here to experience planet Earth. I'm not here for, to deprive myself of things. But anyways, point is, the most important resource is alignment, okay? Nothing else matters if you are not alignment. You're not in alignment. If you're not at home with who you are. Because when you transition, right, hopefully we experienced this beautiful world in its entirety, but we have us in our alignment, right? So that's the money right there. I need to make a meme about that. Amazing chat, thank you. Oh, good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm so glad I caught this live. It's hard to find people speaking galactic language. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. If you have questions, I'm happy to help. Aisha, do you know what ghost lights up the duck next to my bed? I would have to remote in, and I'm not going to do it on a live stream, love. But you can ask. And when you say ghost, generally speaking, those are discarnate entities. Those are entities that never made it back to the light. They're just entities that don't have a body and they're lost. A lot of times you just have to tell them to go back to the light. Okay. Okay. Joanne, how do I go back to the beginning of the live? Okay, so after we're done with the live, give it like a few minutes and then it will publish. Instagram keeps it up for 24 hours. So, and then I'll also upload the replay on YouTube. So you'll be able to have it here, and then by tomorrow it'll be on YouTube. I always try at least. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days, but it will be right here, right after. So yeah, okay. This was a really good chat. I'm so glad that I got some of this information shared with you guys. Let me know if you have other questions. I think we're gonna do something for the 222 gateway, so watch for that. And I think we're also maybe having a Mercury retrograde party. Because and by party, I mean like a live event. So we may go live on here. It may be on the Facebook group or something. I want to start celebrating Mercury retrograde. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys this. The very first time I launched the course, when I was so freaked out of my mind 2 years ago, it was 2017. And I launched a Sacred Chakras Journey course for the first time. And it was so edgy. Like, it's so much how much our world has changed. It was so edgy to talk about the Syrians and the spaceships and like, astral projection. Now it's become like already more normal. But anyways, so it was very at the edge of knowledge and of things that were out there. So I did it on the day Mercury went retrograde. And it was because I was connecting to my guides, and this is what I was guided to do. And I realized that when Mercury goes retrograde, we really have like a higher level of access, because Mercury takes us in an inner journey, and an inner journey takes you deeper into outer space. Those of you who understand that know what I mean. So whenever you go more within, you can go more without. So I've always loved doing courses, doing work. Inner work during Mercury retrograde is amazing. And this Mercury retrograde, yes, technical things happen, but they always happen. It's fine. We work through them. We work with them. Technical stuff happens all the time. So the party that I want to do on Mercury retrograde on the 16th is going to be to launch the Sacred Chakras Journey. We're kicking it off, okay, with Mercury retrograde, because that's how it went down the first time, and I love it because it really takes you through this inner journey that takes you through all the chakras. So for all of you that are craving the understanding, like the meeting of your family of light, finding out what planet you're from, finding out, I call it your soul star connection, finding out how many lives you've had, like connecting to your Akashic records, that's the stuff that I teach in the Sacred Chakras Journey. So go in and check it out. I'm going to send you an email with a promo code. So, I mean, you can buy it tonight. I would love for you to buy it tonight, to register tonight. But I'm going to send you an email and you'll get a promo for Valentine's Day. So look for that. And we're going to have some kind of recalibration. I want to call it a party because why not? Let's throw a party for Mercury retrograde. We'll call it. One of our meditations was like a galactic party when I took everyone to, I think it was the council up on Sirius, and we everyone met their family of light. And it was so cool. And we had like all these different star beings, and like amazing show of support from like all of our people, like galactic family. So it was really fun. So that feels more like a party than like a meditation or an astral projection. So we're gonna call this one a party. It will be on the 16th. So look for the details for that too. And I think we'll probably do it for everyone, and then it will be the kickoff to the Sacred Chakras journey. I don't know. I like to do things that involve a lot of people, so it'll be fun. Okay, so look for that. And okay, questions. My birthday is 2/16, so Mercury, bring it. Yeah, this Mercury retrograde is actually, I feel like it's blessed by Venus. It's happening at a degree that's like very favorable with Venus. And so I think it's going to be a lot about our internal relationship with ourselves. So kind of what I was saying before, you have to find that relationship with yourself. This is a good time to do it. Good time to find love relationship with yourself, love relationship with your higher self. So, okay. Is it free? I lost everything, but I enjoy your energy. I have a free course on my website. So the one I'm talking about is not free, but I have a free one. It's called the Energy Hacking 101, I think. So you can start there. There's lots of free meditations and free resources on my website too. So there's something for everybody. There are things that you can get that are like, with payment plans that are like at $50. There's things like, wherever you're at, there is support. There's definitely support on my website. There's free meditation, there's a free course. So just go and check it out. Okay. Astral projecting. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right, you guys, I'm skimming through. I think I answered all the major questions, and yeah. I love you guys. Go to www.moonbabetribe.com, and that's where you find all the info. Scroll through the menu. You'll find the free stuff. You'll find the Sacred Chakras journey. Those of you that are... sometimes I feel like saying things and I'm like, why am I saying this? Those of you that are looking to figure out what you're meant to do, what your purpose is in this life, look at Goddess on Mission. That's a course that actually helps you to figure out what you came on this planet to do, okay? And how to heal your wounds to get to where you want to go, and how to create a business and how to put it into motion. So if that's where you're at and you're launching your stuff, look at Goddess on Mission. I'm so proud of my goddesses on mission that have now gone on to like have healing businesses and like seriously change their life through it. So look at that too. There's lots of amazing things on there. Okay. You're welcome, loves. I love you guys, and I will see you here. Again, my name is Sonia G. You can find me here on Instagram at MoonBabes and the Light Tribe, or go to my website, www.moonbabetribe.com. Mwah. Happy 12 Dean. Love you guys.